Hey, Melissa, we are live. We are live talking about Melissa's world. She got her saber, and we're going to talk all about it. We're going to hear her lightsaber story. We're going to hear how she got the saber, and we're going to check out the saber and how that looks. So let's get started.
What did you say?
It's true life.
Now you said what in tarnation? You can't handle the truth.
So, Melissa, how are you doing today?
Pretty good. Been a little ill.
Oh, really?
Of the you-know-what side. Well, it's not the big thing going around with the Force. It's the you-know-what side.
Oh, okay. The negative dark side.
Yeah.
Well, now
And
you're
then-
fully immersed in the light side now that you got your lightsaber, right? It's green all the time. Is that what color
Yeah.
you chose?
Apparently that's what the Force tells me.
That's a
you guys
snarling
can-
sound.
Yeah. If you hear that,
Wow.
that's pretty awesome.
That is awesome.
It's reminiscent of Luke Skywalker's a little bit. His
Yeah, it looks
green
like
one.
it looks like that. Yeah.
It's pretty awesome, and I designed this hill, by myself. With a bit of help from my accessibility, of course, on my laptop, from screen reader to magnifier, and I basically designed this on it's like Saber 4G, but it was like pretty interesting, and I designed my saber from the emitter down, and it was like pretty odd. Go ahead.
How did you like come up with the design as far as, was it like MHS Builder on the Custom Saber shop, or was it a drawing that you came up with for your lightsaber, or did you combine, photos of other lightsabers or something?
Well, I've been on a site. I don't know if you want me to show it or not. But I'll show my original design here. And I've been on this. It's called saberparts.com or something. It's a weird. And I have saved pictures from my saber. Sorry if I'm a little on the slow side.
No worries. I'm going to pull up a picture of the finished lightsaber. This is what Scarecrow and a bunch of other people from the Rebel Armory Saber Forum came up with from Melissa's design, and also the Kanan Jarrus emitter. Now, for anybody that doesn't know, Melissa is legally blind. She only has very small bit of sight in one eye. One eye is completely blind, and she's legally blind. And mostly you will interact with the internet and stuff through a screen reader, which is something that reads the words on a screen so that you don't have to
loud.
Yeah, out loud, so you don't have to like squint or try to zoom in on the text. It actually reads the text even on a button, so that you know if you should press that button or whatever.
It'll be like blah 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 button double tap to activate, and that's for touchscreen.
Yeah, so
because I have it up here. If you guys see it.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna share this. Oh, this was a This is a like a computer render. It looks very much like the finished saber. That looks exactly like the finished saber. Wow. They did a great job. Scarecrow did an awesome job on that. Look at that.
And look at the logo down here. Doesn't that scream Jedi to you guys?
Yeah. That is like the Jedi Council logo or the Jedi logo or something. That's awesome.
Jedi something logo. But yeah, that's my hilt. And this is the 26. I went with 26 in length for the obvious reason. You know, I'm tiny. 5 foot isn't much give, height wise with my body.
Now,
so I
like,
went with,
but the actual hilt is kind of long, right? The actual hilt is what, 13 inches long or something like that.
probably around there. I'm not good with measuring because I can't read the measuring tape. But I'm going by Scarecrow's audio description of 18 something for a hilt length. Yeah, yeah, because I'm going by what Scarecrow described. He gave audio description of the length and in total when it was done being built. And he showed me pictures and described them, and he was like, what do you think of this? And I was like, yeah, as long as it doesn't hurt me. He was like, and I don't mean the obvious, but I mean hurt me as in, is it going to be too heavy? And I don't mean the obvious, but I do mean weight. And he said, you should be able to hold it this time. And this is the hilt design. And what it turned out to be was this in the end. If you can see that.
Wow, that's great.
Yeah, this is part Kanan, part Graflex, and the rest is all me.
That's real nice.
Yeah, and the blade is the same 26.
26 seems perfect for that hilt.
Yeah, and I've learned it. Like, there's one that's easy. That's easy. Granted, I should be careful with blades, because obviously it'll be like yow. And then if I single tap once on where I feel the ignition button and I feel it under my thumb,
those are for blasters.
yeah, like it's like blocking it or shoving it away.
Right.
And I'm gonna let you hear this one because I'm gonna double tap and listen to who talks.
You're making it easy on me.
Can anybody guess that voice?
He says you're making it easy. I don't know who said that. Was that Kanan?
I can sense your presence.
That's Kanan. That's a Kanan quote.
Yeah. And I love Kanan.
Yeah, Kanan is your favorite Star Wars character overall? Yeah. Very cool.
Well, because he has just like me, he's disabled. But he's still over here. And I'm like, how do you do that? Like,
well, he was one-sighted, and then he lost his sight.
Yeah, he was sighted before, but then, and he can't see no more. I wondered what his acuity turns to. Some are saying totally blind. Some are
I would
saying
say totally blind. The way that he got hit with sparks and all that debris and stuff that caused him to lose his sight. It looked like it really damaged his eyes.
Yeah,
that's what it looked like.
And surprisingly enough, he doesn't have to use a white cane, whereas I rely on a cane to get around and navigate.
He probably uses something like a Force Echo or something, like a Force, like almost like Daredevil when he walks around, I bet.
he's like this.
Kind of scanning with the force or something.
Yeah, he's like trailing with the force. In a way, he's like trailing with the force, and it's like
So
pretty cool.
on a scale of
Go
1 to
ahead.
10, how excited are you right now about this lightsaber?
9.5. If there was more, but I would say 9.5 because I'm
Awesome.
still like getting used to it.
You're still in shock.
It's yeah, like it's like
So,
whoa, never thought this would come
like,
to
I
be.
mostly know about how you got the lightsaber and the journey, but for anybody listening that doesn't know the whole story, why don't you, if you could, start at the beginning, and even the bad parts, tell us the good and the bad about how you
Okay.
ended up with the lightsaber.
Well, last year, 2019, long before you know what hit, Dad and I were watching. It was Father's Day last year, and Dad, my father, had on Star Wars: A New Hope on his giant flat screen TV. And I didn't have glasses at the time, so I was like this, blinded myself. And so I was relying on my father to, where's Obi-Wan? Where's Luke? You know, where's Vader? Because I was watching it like this and didn't have glasses just yet. And I couldn't see the characters nor the screen. I could see like if I can like this, I can see the aura of the green, but not any, colors of the hilt. Like I can barely see my hilt, but I can see the aura of my blade. And that's what it was like for me. When I was watching A New Hope.
Was that the first time you're watching A New
And
Hope last year, or you had seen it already?
first time ever.
Whoa, okay. So you're kind of a new Star Wars fan, or you're new, or you watched the originals in 2019, but you saw other movies before that? Other Star Wars?
Well, mainly from my father because he's big on the movies, and
Awesome.
he basically told me about like A New Hope is awesome, Empire is blah blah, and after we watched A New Hope, and I downloaded Disney Plus with assistance, of course, because I need help because not everything is accessible online, screen reader wise. And once I started getting Disney Plus, I started going Star Wars crazy. New Hope, Empire Strikes Back. I don't know if that's the correct order. Return of the Jedi. I don't know if that's the correct order or not.
That's correct. Yeah.
And then I went to Phantom Menace after Return of the Jedi. Phantom Menace, which is the first one, considering its name, and Attack of the Clones, Revenge of the Sith, and then finally The Force Awakens, The Last Jedi, and now, as of recent, The Rise of Skywalker. But Rise of Skywalker wasn't on Disney Plus just yet. It stopped at The Last Jedi, and I couldn't watch it anymore until Rise of Skywalker came out. And I was excited for Rise of Skywalker after hearing the trailer with my dad. And I'm like, ooh, turn it up. Because I heard, like, a Star Wars trailer. And it turned out to be for the Rise of Skywalker. Because it described Rise of Skywalker coming this date. And I was like, whoa, I can't wait to see that. And when it comes to getting, this, it's a cuckoo journey. I was like thinking, how am I going to get a saber when I'm disabled? Because I can't work without, special training first. Because my
Well, how did you
disability, I can't see
like?
on the sides or up, down.
How did you, after seeing the Star Wars movies all
How did
within
I?
like 2019, right? So you saw all the Star Wars movies in 2019 for the most part. And then how did you find out about custom lightsabers? Because that seems like a big jump to go from you just were watching the movies and then you found out about custom high-powered, pixel lightsabers. So how did that happen when you you found this world of these customs?
I was on YouTube and I typed up lightsaber real life or something around there, like to see if that could be possible scientifically. And then all this there's video after video after video of Saber Forge, Saber Trio, this Saber Maker and this Saber Maker, and I was like, what the heck? And I checked them out and I was like, whoa, that's sick. And it's been really cool, to look and listen to. And I started to make friends within the Saber community, as I now know it as. I was friendless at the time, in the Saber world, but slowly started to make best friends. And then one of them, Edward Trumps, I think his name was, said, hey, on a stream or something about the vault and that you should join it, check it out. And I'm like, the vault, what's that? I gotta check that out later. And by this point, I have these by this point. And so I could see shapes and, and then I went to the vault, had fun for a little bit, like, hey, what's up? I'm brand new, but here's the catch. I'm legally blind. I can't, do this. And then I was like, so how am I gonna get is a lightsaber exist? How am I gonna afford that? Because apparently Saber Forge is like mega crazy expensive and dangerous. Because I remember your experience with the bleeding fingers. And I was like, Saber Forge might be okay, but hopefully they make the Hills blind accessible, blah blah. And then I go on this thing of what you just saw, and I'm like, whoa, what's this? And I try it out and turn off my screen reader for a brief moment so I could use the because it rotates around 360 degrees up, down, circles, showing the whole hill. And then I went and chose the emitter, the clamp part, the button, the middle part where you grab, and the pommel. And then I posted to my Facebook after taking screenshots showing my design, and then I post in the vault group. I post in the vault group that, hey, help, is anybody doing a lightsaber giveaway / raffle? And I was excited. Like, at first I was like maybe these people can help, they'll be blind accessible, blah blah. Because I thought they were going to be blind accessible, Vader's Vault. And I was in the group, the Vault, a Custom Lightsaber community, and everything. And I got comments on the line saying, maybe somebody can Frankenstein that saber from the Princess Saber Fort Square. And I was like, what? And I zoomed in, and there was a laughing emoji, and I was like, seriously? And I was like, Carabest, are you serious? Like, I swore like a sailor, though. I'm not gonna do that here because, duh. But, do you mind me showing the post? It's
Go ahead.
censored.
Go ahead. You can
'Cause it's
share it. In the meantime, let me just tell you who's hanging out here. You have one of your friends from the Rebel Armory who made your blade. Meg Tooth Sith is here. Hey, Melissa. Hey, Space.
Hey, Meg.
He says, I can't hear, but I could see you because I'm at work. So he will probably watch it from work and then listen later at home.
Is my audio okay, Meg?
Yeah, it's just that he has his sound off because he's at work. So he's just kind of playing the video at work, and he will listen to it later. TK Boomer Fun. Yeah, that's what I thought at first, was that he couldn't hear us, but no, I think he's just got his sound turned off at work. TK Boomer Fun William J. A sound was so loud, blew my hair back. Yeah, that's when Melissa first showed her awesome green lightsaber, and it is a powerful speaker in there and powerful resonance. After hearing all that, is beautiful, amazing. That's what he says. 99th Jedi Warrior says, may the Force be with you. May the Force be with you as well. And the Arctic Jedi says, I agree. That's a big step. So yeah, it's a big step to find the saber world, the custom saber world after just a short, less than a year, knowing about Star Wars. That is pretty awesome. Let's see here. Okay, so this is one of the first messages that you were posting on the vault, or this is after you were on the vault for some time?
A little bit of time, and this is like last year, as you could probably tell by the date. And this is what I say. Skater's not going to catch this one, so I'm going to have to. Anybody doing a lightsaber giveaway, as it's the only way right now I can get a saber. If someone is doing a lightsaber giveaway, that would be great. And Scarecrow loves it, 14 others. And then I saw, like, the laughing emoji. And then I go down and there's like all these comments. Like there's this one, which I didn't mind, because I thought it was just reactionary. But then there was this Ultra Sabers, but you'd still need to buy one for your channel.
Yeah, because on Ultra Sabers, I think if you make a purchase, then they you're entered into like a grab bag drawing for a lightsaber. But this person's right; like you'd first have to buy one to be entered into that grab bag or something. I think that's how it works. That must be what they meant.
And then I'm gonna show where it gets worse.
Sword of the Jedi says, congrats on your first saber. Congratulations, Melissa. This is going to be a great holiday season for Melissa. She's going to be dancing around the fire with a new lightsaber. Ken of the Hill says, so happy for you, Melissa. May the Force be with you. Thank you, Ken.
Aw, same to you, dude. And I don't know if you guys see this, but here's this where it got like really nasty. Maybe somebody can Frankenstein a saber from the pieces of Saberfoot scrap going up for sale. And there's a big laughing emoji. At first I was confused. And like Saberforge, okay, I guess. And here's how much laughing faces. This is from Scarecrow alone, from Scarecrow's end. Look at how many people laughed at that. Like, that's not funny. And I also have, if I could find it, where I warn, that, hey, I'm disabled. I have like a lot of screenshots trying to find them.
TK Boomer Fun says, "Congratulations on your blade. It's way cool. It's truly cool. It is. It looks
I
great.
agree.
Great job,
I
Megatooth
agree.
Sith. Megtooth Sith made the blade, and he did an awesome job. It looks fantastic. He's such a great guy. Anybody wants to check out a lightsaber show that goes weekly, and you don't already know about it, check out Megtooth Sith. He does a lightsaber show every single Monday night. So watch that. I think it's around 9 o'clock, maybe 8 o'clock at night, 9 o'clock at night, on Mondays Eastern time. But also you could watch them after they air as well. So he's the only, other than FET 263, he's the only regularly scheduled lightsaber show that I know about. And you could also check out FET 263 if you have a Profi board or planning to get a Profi board. It's awesome stuff for the Profi board on FET 263. I was on his show last night, and it was a lot of fun. And we talked all about his new battle mode, which is a setting for the Profi board. So if you have a Profi board, you might want to check out battle mode, because you can get it for free with an update. Just update the board, and it's pretty incredible.
I kind of couldn't find too much of the rest, but I warned two of these guys I can't see well. So I bought that, but I have, from what I can remember, I warned, hey, I can't see too well. I'm legally blind. And they say, well, you gotta work for it, you gotta work hard for it, blah blah. And I can't. Like right now, I just can't. Because I have to have like special training from my services for the blind. And, I just can't walk out there, boss, I'm ready to start training. Like, I can't do that. I would either A, veer off and get hurt, or 2, bash into something, and really get
Make
hurt.
things worse. Yeah.
Yeah. And I started, and then suddenly Scarecrow, all of a sudden, out of nowhere.
How long did it go on for, where you were having this discussion with people on the vault before Scarecrow said, "Hey, listen, I'll help you out"? Was it a day, or was it like a couple days went by that you were kind of interacting with people on there?
Almost like into the night-ish on the same day it happened.
Oh wow!
The Scarecrow is in there as well. He doesn't care for it, but he's still a member. And I want to show you. It's censored though, but it shows Scarecrow pulling a Kenobi pretty much. Like, look at this. This is the top one's very rude, nasty. I am. It's called "Give Me Money and I'll give you my lightsaber away," and whatever that emoji is. And Scarecrow, she's not giving us any money. She's still going to get a lightsaber, and I gave her a care.
What is it? I'm not familiar with that button on Facebook. What's care? What's care button? I don't know about that one. Is that just an emoji?
Well, it's
an emoji. That's care.
It's like a hug.
Oh, okay.
sort of deal, like a cyber hug almost.
That's awesome. Oh wow, he's so nice. He says she's not going to give us any money, and she's
Yeah.
still going to get a lightsaber. That is so nice. Sword of the Jedi says, I don't see any reason to be
'Cause-
mean. Sabers aren't cheap. As Space knows, I have made a few sabers, but I don't even have one of my own. Yeah, Clint made a saber last year for a raffle that we did, and he doesn't even have a saber of his own. Look at that. Hopefully, you're in the process of building yourself one, Clint. You really need something with your awesome chassis that you can, custom make at work and get something.
What do you think of
maybe
the
even make a chassis and then put it in different saber hilts.
What do
What
you
do I think of what?
What do you think of the top guy up here? I think he's very Sithish.
I think he's trying to make like a joke at your expense,
Well, at first I was like upset, I didn't put any reaction. Like that's why you don't see any reaction from me on the like end right there, whatever the like button is. But it's there, and I just ignored that guy, and suddenly Scarecrow, she's not giving us any money, and that's when I hear a
Boom.
ping, and I'm like, huh? And I hear from my cell phone, Scarecrow has sent you a message on Messenger. And I'm like,
Ooh.
and I'm like, who's Scarecrow? Who's Scarecrow? And
Because his
I
name's
was
not the same on Facebook. He uses his real name, and on the Rebel Armory, he uses his name Scarecrow, right? So he's Brandon on Facebook, but on Rebel Armory, he is Scarecrow.
Brandon, and his last name on Facebook, and Scarecrow's Workshop on TRA, and he has a official page also labeled Scarecrow's Workshop, and a website too. I navigated the Scarecrow's Workshop's website. It's Space Screen Reader compatible. And I was reading the whole about Scarecrow, blah blah, and I was like, "Aww," and I was like melting with love inside. And there's been threads regarding my saber from beginning to when it started. If you go to where recent threads is,
On the Rebel Armory?
Yeah. And it's basically, there's like one thread saying I need help for charity parts for a special saber or something. I don't know, the yellow highlight gets in the way, so it's kind of ouch. So that's when I use my screen reader. And I've been on TRA. I wasn't on TRA yet when I was talking with Scarecrow, and he wanted me to come on TRA, and I was like, you should join TRA. And I was like, how is it blind accessible? And he says, no worries, we're accessible. We have accessibility, man. You're not gonna be alone.
Awesome.
And like, am I gonna have a hilt reader? Blah 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 blah. And he's like, sadly, no, but it will talk to you. And I now know what that is now. And I went on a thread and I saw Scarecrow down the line. This is so unethical. Blah blah blah. Like he was saying how unethical it was for the people in the vault to treat me that way. And he shared the post through a link and shared my Facebook profile, which I go by my real name too, Melissa, and my last name. And I was just like, I gave it a like. Once I found the like button, it's on TRA for real. And I navigated for the like button, like, and I said, oh, and I was like, and all. And then as the months go by, I get like, it'll be any month now, and then you know what hits, so things slow down, and that's when I get edgy and nervous, like a Scarecrow, okay, and I message him like, Brandon, are you okay, blah blah, and we VC, you know, like video chat, so we can hear and see each other. Because I VC for the obvious reason, so I can not only see them blown up on a big screen, because when I call somebody, it gets real big. The caller screen when your calling window, and then I can also hear the voice of who's talking. Like I can hear Scarecrow's voice, and he's so the best way I can describe his demeanor and all this was he pulled a Obi-Wan Kenobi on me.
Oh yeah.
He pulled a flat out Obi-Wan Kenobi. Like he wasn't mad at me when I got anxious or upset. You know, he was just calm, nonchalant. Don't worry, young one. In time, you'll have your saber, blah, blah. And because I was like scared, crying as the months of the quarantine tick by. And this is 2020 by this point, this year. And where everybody's quarantined because of you know why. And I was like, oh, am I going to get my saber now? And I was like, heartbroken, like inside, like Carabas, am I going to get my saber now? Kind of feeling. And then each month goes by, and I hear about how there was a big disturbance in the Force with my chassis creator, my original one. And I felt so bad for him. And I gave him my love in a YouTube video saying, I'm so sorry, may the Force be with you. And I feel bad for my original chassis maker. But then Griff steps up. Griff did both the hilt. He did this and the chassis to fill in for the guy that can't. He tried and can't. The original chassis creator, because he had a big disturbance in the Force with what's going on right now. The poor guy didn't deserve that. And Scarecrow's over here. Your chassis is in production, blah blah. And I was like, right now? And he's like, right now. And I was like, whoa. So that's why the chassis is taking so long. Poor guy. And I was like broken and almost inside. Like I felt bad.
All in all, it seems like a very fast process, actually. I know there was some of these delays, but as a saber builder myself, I could say that from start to finish in about a year or less, actually.
Yeah.
That's actually pretty fast. I'm really thinking that Scarecrow not only did a great job, but he did a very timely delivery as well, considering, like you said, the problems in the world and stuff. So.
Yeah. And yeah, there's and now we're in this giant issue in the galaxy and world, and that's why I got so scared over this build process. I got like scared, like even though fear leads to anger, leads to hate, leads to where that goes. And I felt I let Master Yoda down because I was so scared. And then as my saber is shipping out, because Scarecrow ships it, he teaches me how to use the tracking site, and I'm like, is it accessible? And I return back on my screen reader after a magnifier is pointless and I can't still see, despite the contrast, the white against black, and it was like tracking number, blah blah, double tap to activate, and I was like, and then, oh, this is easy. And my parents and sibling, who is also my parents and my sibling, I only have one, and they're all sighted. I'm the only legally blind Padawan in the family, and I'm getting used to TRA by this point, learning my way around it navigation-wise. And I've grown a feel for TRA's, layout, the way it's, the way the TRA is structured from what I'm hearing when I'm going. Recent threads, home, recent threads, this tab,
There's
that
a lot of
tab.
content on the TRA forum, a lot of content. So there's a lot of stuff for you to sift through if you want to.
Yeah, if I ever need to, my screen reader, you're not gonna get this, normally, but when a screen reader is on, there's a secret feature called skip navigation. And I hit that and I either go straight to the shop box or I can just ignore it and go past it and go to the home recent threads, double tap to activate, tap. And I finally figured out how to make my own thread, but I'll get to that in a moment. Don't want to jump too far ahead here. And then I'm waiting, pacing around, all nervous, like, is it here yet? Is it here yet? And then I was like, and I tell Scarecrow, and I'm excited. And then I decided to go back to the vault and show my awesome saber because Scarecrow shows pictures. He gives me a lesson video as well, but that's for me and me only. But he shows pictures on the vault Facebook group, and I'm like, whoa, that's my hilt. And I zoom in on it. What you guys have already seen on the screen, I was doing that, but it was Facebook on the vault. And I was like, whoa, this is so cool. And there's lots of, that's so cool. Congrats, Melissa. You took your first step into a larger world, blah, blah. And there's lots of Lukes in there, lots of Obi-Wans in there. But then you get some Kylo Rens in there, unfortunately, which is sad. And I decided to stream to show it off and let everybody know that it's here, it's coming, here's what it looks like, blah, blah, on my data pad, right? And I'm like, get a hold of this. And I was over here crying, tears down my face, tears of joy. The stream is unfortunately deleted now. I deleted it, which I'll explain why in a moment. And I was crying on stream, happy. It wasn't sadness cries. It was tears of joy. It was like, oh my force! I never thought this day would come. Is it me or is the force truly with me? Oh boy, this is awesome! And I'm over here shaking, excited, and I'm like, and I go off on those people that harassed me in that original post that you guys saw earlier in this episode, when I said, hey, anybody doing a raffle, blah, blah, that one. And I went off on them. Like, don't you guys not see this? And I show them my white cane. My white, red, black cane. The handle's black and it's like white and red on the cane part. And I show them, and they're like, "Oh my, you're," and I'm like, "Duh." And some were goofing around, which I hated because I was trying to be serious. With, "Yo, I have a disability here. Here's my cane to prove it." And I show them, I tell them my acuity and everything, my acuity for both eyes, and they were somewhere like ignoring, somewhere like sad, like there was, some weirdness. I don't want to say what was said, but it was pretty weird, some of the comments. And then suddenly one of the admins, enough. And I'm like, is that at me? And I jumped. because I was reading it with my data pad screen reader, and I was like jumping like, and then suddenly the comments are stopped, and I'm navigating, flicking, scrolling with my scroll gestures, and flicking around to where the last comment ends, so that new ones can come in and read them all. And I was like, help, who's saying that? Can somebody describe? I need audio description, help, like what's going on? There was a long paragraph. Our stream doesn't like to open up the paragraph too much all the way on Facebook. I went to see more and it didn't let me, expand it, because I'm, you're streaming, maybe that's why. And they're moving fast, so they're like, only for me, they were like careful of how slow to go. Some of them were slowing down, some of them were like, and then like I wait for a response as my normal, and I try to be patient and have Jedi patience whenever I can. And then I'm waiting, and I start to get angry at the admin, like, are you targeting me? Like, what did I do? What did I do wrong? What did I do wrong? And I'm like, what did I do wrong? Did I violate a rule? Did I violate one of the vault rules? And I was like scared because the comments weren't moving anymore. The comments were frozen, like they were not going up anymore. Something was wrong. I was freaking out. And I started to have a panic attack almost. And that's when I feel cold. And you guys all know Anakin felt cold too, and guess where that goes? Force-wise.
Dark side.
And I felt cold. And I was like, it's my body weight. I'm 90-something. I'm low weight. I'm low weight. I got to warm up, put on something warm, swaddle, not helping. And I'm like teeth chattering, but faster. And so I eat a hot meal. But I'll get to that part in a second. But before that, I was on the Holonet, listening to my favorite Galactic songs. And then I go to stand up. I go to do this, like stand up. And suddenly a wave of Quanats syndrome level pain. And I was like, I felt like I had undiagnosed Quanats for a second. That's how bad I was starting to hurt. And I was like, okay, maybe it's that time. I'll just take some medicine for it. Because ladies, you all know what I mean. And I thought it was that particular time for us girls. So I took some medicine. That didn't help. A high intense pain reliever didn't help. So I'm thinking, maybe I'm hungry. I need some sustenance. Make dinner. Go to sit down. Ow! That's how loud I screamed. And my mom heard me like she's like, honey, you okay? And I'm like, no, it's probably that time, Mom. And I'm hunched over, holding my stomach. And and it goes like arms, wrists, legs, which is what I expect from that particular time. But the medicines weren't helping. And then I decided to fight through it. And like, okay, just get through this and focus and eat. And I'm like eating as fast as I could. I was so slow because of the pain, obviously. And then I managed to waddle back to my bedroom, which is where I'm at right now. i.e. the posters. I can't see them, but I bet you guys can. And then the pain. Then I go to Scarecrow for help. You know, just to see what is wrong with me and why I'm hurting. And we had a master to Padawan talk, me and Scare, and I told him. And I want to also let you guys know, so you guys probably all remember my high, crazy midi-chlorian account. How
Over
I told you,
20,000.
yeah. You guys remember that?
Do you have your speakers on your end? I kind of hear myself when I say something. I don't know.
I have my headphones in.
Oh, okay. What
They're in.
Jake the Snake 1417 says, "Wait, I just got here. This is her first lightsaber?" Yeah, this is her first Melissa's first lightsaber is actually a really, really, really awesome lightsaber. Look how she went from 0 to 100 in 5 seconds flat. It's got a Solos hold, or no, Solos hold donated the Kanan emitter, or the Kanan donor saber. Griff did the machine work. Saber Tech gave the Golden Harvest V3. Megtooth did the blade. CP Hang gave the battery, 15 amp battery, so you should get great runtime. Custom Saber Shop neopixel hilt side connector, a TCSS 1-inch neopixel connector holder. Fonzie gave a speaker and a charger. And then a couple of us donated a little something for spare parts and stuff. Bombarda.
You donated some credits.
Some credits, and K.A. Getsumi also did a credit donation, as well as Bombarda. And then Scarecrow came up with all the wiring and all the work that he had to put into this, and beautiful, beautiful job. I did want to ask you, because I saw in one of your videos, Melissa. Well, actually, first, before I ask you that, let me get to the comment here. Sword of the Jedi says, "I'm so happy that not everyone in the saber world is out for themselves. I hope that this saber holds a special place for him forever. The feeling is so much more than money." I think he's talking about Scarecrow. Yeah, I think Scarecrow is going to look back at this saber and be really proud of this for a really long time. Sword of the Jedi goes on to say, yeah, for the builder and for the person receiving it. Yeah, I know Melissa is going to treasure this lightsaber. She's probably sleeping with it. I think I would. I as soon as I get a lightsaber, I put it in my bed, and I have it right next to me in case a ghost pops out in the middle of the night or something. I can stab them. Seer Smash Channel says, that is absolutely gorgeous. Congrats on the saber, Melissa. May the force be with you. Thank you,
so
Seer
much.
Smash Channel. That is awesome. For anybody that wants to see more of Melissa, go over there and subscribe to Melissa's World, because I also put a link in the description to her channel and a link to the Rebel Armory thread if you want to take close looks at this lightsaber. But I wanted to ask Melissa, how do you operate the saber? Because I saw you pressing on what looked like the bottom of the control box. Is that a button? Like the button is on the, or it's one of the brass bits there that you were pressing? It's
a tactile switch. And I learned how to navigate around thanks to a dude who's a Golden Harvest nerd, and he's also an installer himself. And he taught me how to navigate. Some of the fonts are descriptive, some are not, so I'm not gonna, go through probably all of that. But I learned how to navigate the on-off and blaster shielding, and I'll show you something very cool.
You'll have to do better.
First, Kanan talks to you, and then.
Oh yeah.
And then if I double tap,
I can sense your presence. You're making it easy on me.
And you have, of course, to
Actually,
swing.
show us the inside of that pommel again from the bottom. Like, show me the bottom view because that looks really interesting at the bottom there. It looked like there was some design element inside the pommel. Wow, look at that, you guys. It's like a conduit or like something from a motor and a screen. That looks awesome, Melissa. That's such a cool detail. That is a
Where
cool detail. But
am
there's
I?
like
Am I in frame?
yeah, and it looks so cool because there's like copper spooled wiring, almost like the inside of like a little toy motor or something. But in a Star Wars lightsaber, it looks like, you know, a high tech Star Wars device in there. That's really cool.
It's not
Great
that.
Greebly.
That's pretty cool. It feels like a mildly exposed titanium power cell for a second.
Exactly. And also like the vents that he has below that let out the sound really well. That's nice.
Oh, these parts.
Yeah. That must be why it sounds great because it's like got all that booming resonance at the bottom.
And then you have the trademark Graphics half.
Yeah, I love that. And then you chose to have the bubble strip from the first, I guess it was the first movie you saw that was Star Wars, A New Hope. So you chose the bubble strip from
I
A New
couldn't
Hope.
see the graphics too well. I'm now watching with AD audio description. And in fact, I rewatched A New Hope with audio description on Disney Plus turned on. And I was able to navigate and follow along with the film without confusion. And like somebody doing something, where's that blade come from? You know, I don't have to worry about that anymore with audio description on Disney Plus.
Yeah. Well, you never really even get a great look at the Graflex anyway in the movie. Like, even for like fully sighted people, it's kind of hard. Even people that make the Graflex replica lightsabers, what they do is they find like other photos of like offset photos, you know, like photos from behind the scenes to actually look at it because the movie doesn't really present a clear, you know, image of the entire lightsaber. Like people are even still finding new details on the original Graflex. Like I think it was last year or earlier this year, they found a production photo where there's two little small screws that nobody really knew were there before, but it's hard to see, you know, it's impossible to see because you have like Mark Hamill's hand over the lightsaber the whole time in the movie, or you actually barely get to even see the lightsaber, maybe just one or two scenes. So
I wonder, I'm a left-hander. Is Luke a righty? Me and my dad were debating Luke's hand dominancy. I wonder
if I remember
Luke is
correctly, I think it
right-
was the right
righty.
hand that he lifts up the saber with.
So he's a righty. Luke Skywalker. Because he's always like,
Scene. I think I remember his right hand. Yeah, I think he's right-handed. Because also that's the hand that got cut off. Yeah, that's the hand that got cut off. So he's he's right-handed. Yeah.
Oh, is that because of the injury or is that his natural dominancy?
Yeah, I think that was like his natural dominant hand, and then Darth Vader cut it off, and then he got the mechanical hand, but he was still using his right hand for his sword hand.
Wow.
Seer Smash Channel says, yeah, it looks like an engine. Sick. And TK Boomer says, it's like a jet turbo exhaust. Yeah, that's what it looked like. It looked like a, you know, some kind of high-powered jet engine that is in there. Great job, Scarecrow. That's so cool, Melissa. So happy for you with this lightsaber.
And
it's a lot of fun.
About the story, if I can get back to it.
Yeah, go ahead.
So I wasn't feeling well, right? I was in pain, Quanot's level pain, and I was crying to Scarecrow. You know, crying about, you know, they're at it again, blah blah, but worse. Can I BC so I can show you and so I can tell you what I mean? And he lets me on. I call him actually, and then he answers. And then he's like, "What's wrong, young Padawan?" And I'm like, "Over here, all upset. And then I told him about the vault situation, about the stream, and how I learned it got locked off. Hence why the comments weren't moving. I know that now, but not at that moment.
That was your
And,
lightsaber reveal thread, or was that just a discussion? Like, was that the entire lightsaber like final reveal that they locked up, or it was like a discussion about it?
I was like discussing, as well as showing pictures of what of the finalized, what it looks like now. Before it came to me, it wasn't in my home yet, but I was showing the pictures that Scarecrow put up,
Right.
and I was like, this is awesome. And I was thanking everybody, thanking TRA, thanking Scarecrow, you guys, and I was happy, and it has to phase away, and that's when I start talking to Scarecrow, Padawan to Master, and suddenly we start talking, and he recommended that I keep well away from the Vault group. Like, that's nothing but dark side, young one. You don't want to stay in there. He recommended that I just leave, or think about leaving. And I was like, I already did. I left because I deleted the stream that was held down, deleted it, and said, you guys are such bastard fodder. I'm out of here. And I didn't say that, but that was in my brain. And I was typing out, whoever reported my stream, I am done. Bye. I forgot to say may the force be with you, but I was so mad. And there you have that fear becoming anger part. And that's when I click leave group, and I'm like, tap, and it's like, leaving group. And takes me back to my original Facebook, the home section of Facebook, because I'm now part of the group. It does that when you leave the group. Takes you back to your main feed. Once you click leave group, and I told him how I already did that, and I was like, what's wrong with me? I tried every medicine, from using the refresher to eating something.
Well, they made you sick inside. They made you sick, What they were saying to you was upsetting you, and it hurt your stomach. But you don't find that type of attitude at the TRA. Like, once you join the TRA, it's all positive feedback for you, right?
Yeah, a bazillion.
Like, all I see is like love in the threads and stuff.
It's
people
like,
seem to understand.
Yeah, when I joined
that you can't work, and
when I joined TRA, I was scared that I feared are they gonna be the vault and do this and that? But it was Jedi after Jedi, no Sith, no Kylo Rens, just Padawan, Knights, Initiates, and Masters of Jedi. Hey Jedi Padawan Melissa, that's my TRA handle. And I was like, glad I joined when I did, when I had the re-talk after the incident with the stream. And I was like, glad I joined TRA when I did, because he told me to stay with TRA because you'll get a lot of love there, blah blah.
Yeah.
And I was like, and I was like sniffling, yes, master. And he was like, don't cry over that, don't cry. But Yoda said nothing about crying, just fear, anger, and hate and suffering. And I started to develop the suffering part. With the pain, the sickness, and then the next day, as my saber is coming to me, you know, I started to feel real tired. You know, like real drowsy, fall to the bed.
Well, you probably got drained from all the excitement online and stuff.
Well, it was during the vault situation. You know, I was still routed up with fear, anger, and hate / suffering. And that's when I woke up the next morning thinking, okay, I'm back with the light side, I'll be fine. And then I wake up dizzy in the head. And I'm like, do I have to go to the medical bay? I don't feel so good. And I was like, you know, so exhausted from the night of the incident. And who would be, because oh boy. And apparently something was draining my life essence, apparently, and my diagnosis came back as dark side corruption. And I was like, uh-oh. Yeah, because my vision started to get like clouded even more in the central vision. And Scarecrow guided me through all of how to recover, and you know, and then I joined a new Facebook group called Colors of the Force, and they guide me through everything.
What's it called? Courage of the Force?
Colors.
Colors of the Force. Okay.
Yeah, COLORS. Colors of the Force.
That's all about lightsabers, or about Star Wars in general?
A little bit of both.
Mm-hmm.
And considering the rules, because one of them is saying, please try to keep it Star Wars, blah, blah, at the end of the rule of one of them. And I was like, I'm good with that. and then I stream, and they're very kind, like, well, we welcome you here, like, don't be afraid, you're not alone. Can't wait to see your saber, blah, blah. And, you know, they were they were adorable, like, kind, you know, as much as the TRA. Even though they're probably not TRA, probably affiliated maybe, but it felt like it because they were so kind in there.
That's awesome. That's great news.
Yeah, and I talked to one of the Jedi in the group, and we were talking, and this was when I got my saber, and after I made all those videos, and because I was still feeling, you know, dizzy, meditating for 20 minutes, once every few days, and I thought, okay, I'm fine now, I have my saber, maybe I can, you know, I'll be fine. But then I get a little bit woozy again, and I'm like, oh no, here it comes again. And I talked to one of them in the group, the Colors of the Force group, and she says, because it was and she was like, it's a dark side. It's a dark side. It clouds everything and thrives off pain. Scarecrow said that too. And Scarecrow, when I mentioned, should I balance them both, light and dark? And he was like, no. He's like, stay with the light side. You'll be healthier.
Be too complicated to become gray Jedi, wouldn't it?
Gray Jedi would be so much strain.
One of our friends is here, Bespin Custom Props. That's Gary Bombarda. He says, hi guys, I'm still at work. Yeah, sorry about that, Gary. We tried to adjust the timing a little bit, and it didn't work out for you having to be at work. I'm actually on my lunch hour. I'm gonna have to wrap this up pretty soon so I can get back to work myself. The Arctic Jedi says the Vader's Vault group, they did that. Yeah, they there's, you know, bad members in every group, I guess, and a couple of them upset Melissa a little bit at in the vault, but I know the vault has, you know, probably 10,000 members, so it's not like we can blame the vault, but it's just some of the, and you know, they tried to you know, fix the problem, I guess, by silencing what they thought was a problem thread, but in actuality, Melissa's posts were probably mostly innocent, but it was the comments she was getting back that were not super friendly. Tim McAndrews here. What's going on, Tim? He says that is so cool. Yeah, this saber is really, really awesome. Oh no, let me hear what Arctic Jedi says. I heard that some of the groups are heavily toxic, more than Planet Cash. Yeah, you know, I guess, you know, it's like these people that I call like underwear people, like underwear, like you just are in your underwear and you're like lying in bed and you just make whatever, fling whatever comment you want out there, and you think it doesn't affect people, but that's who I consider the underwear group. Is probably the toxic group that is just lying there in their underwear and they just want to throw out a comment and giggle, not realizing that it could hurt somebody. He says, Arctic Jedi says, you got to be careful. Yeah. Megtooth Sith says, my apologies to 99th Jedi Warrior in the chat here. My moderator writes, butt dialed him to a 300-second suspension. And I also deleted his post. Well, maybe 99 Jedi Warrior can retype what his comment was, and we could read it again. Sorry that happened, Megtooth. Sorry that happened, 99 Jedi Warrior. I always put the moderator rights in the hands of reputable Sith warriors such as Megtooth. And once in a while at work, of course, there's going to be an incident, a butt dialing incident. I think it can be forgiven. Thanks for letting us know.
And
that. Oh, I wanted to put this out here to join the Rebel Armory, because that's where Melissa's having a great experience.
Yeah,
with the lightsaber.
and I've learned how to navigate my saber. If you guys all seen the videos on my channel and there, it's pretty awesome.
Yeah, so like if you want to see videos of Melissa operating her lightsaber, check out Melissa's World. That's her channel here on YouTube, and you're making a lot of videos lately. And you know what? The video quality has gone up. I've been watching Melissa's videos for a while now, and they're just getting better and better. Melissa, really, really cool.
Yeah, I try to do my hardest, because you know I'm straining, because I want to make these as quality as possible. Even though, yeah, that's a straining fest and not healthy for my weekend ride high, but it's for you guys, so that you guys that can see. And
Yeah.
I have a little bit of usable vision, but not enough to see like details, and you know, I can only read large print that's about like 60 to 70 font size and up. Anything lower, I can't read. And for everything that can't be blown up, I either go to Braille, which is tactile form of writing, or a screen reader. And I also talked about when I was getting my saber with SpaceWindu here about possible knighthood someday. Remember that?
Yeah, we're
Space?
gonna do that. We're gonna have a knighting ceremony for Melissa at some point. Maybe it'll be like closer to Christmas time. We'll talk about it. We'll do another video. I'm really digging that leather grip, says TK Boomer Fun William J. Yeah, like that's the thing that kind of caught me, even to the computer rendering that Melissa came up with originally. I really loved the idea of that slender bit in the middle with the leather wrap. That does look great. And that must feel good also for Melissa to know where the best grip area is on her hilt. You know, that's the comfortable place, and it's also long enough she could dual hand, you know, use both hands wielding that.
Either this or this. And
yeah, that looks like a good way to hold it, right underneath the guard.
I want to show you guys something very interesting. I did a video on this already, but just to show you, my photophobia was a nerve herder one day, so I put on my sunglasses. I'm not going to do that now because the sun's not beating too much right now. It's bright, but not like as bad as in that video. And I took off my glasses. Here's my stabilizing spectacles in Star Wars logic for you guys. Look at how thick they are.
Yeah.
And my glasses don't help with everything. Nothing for the left, because the left side I'm blinded. It's just the right I have. And I can still know where my saber is. Let force sight be my sighted guide and go till I.
You'll have to do better.
Oh yeah.
And that's glasses off. And I can't see my hilt too much now.
But you could feel everything by the touch. Like you know where your button is, and you know where
Yeah.
your controls are.
Yeah. And
The Arctic Jedi says it looks like a true Old Republic weapon. It does. A Jedi Old Republic weapon. That's what I thought too when I first saw it. I honestly thought that looked like it's Old Republic.
if not High Republic, maybe ish.
Maybe, yeah, because you know what, like the Kanan emitter maybe brings it closer to like a New Hope time frame, but the overall bottom section kind of looks like Old Republic to me. I kind of thought that too. Maybe because of the leather. TK Boomer Fun says it shows class. Yeah, it does. That's nice. That is a classy weapon.
And the coolest part, this is it ignited.
That sounds great. Looks great and sounds great.
Yeah, and I'm going down because it's a gesture.
It's like you're cutting the door or something.
Yeah, going all Qui-Gon
slicing something, yeah.
Yeah. Like you're making an incision in the Durasteel door.
Yeah, don't do that inside because you're gonna let all your air conditioning out.
Yeah. And then the electric bill will be crazy high. And the coolest part, the neopixel blade does come out. Even blade in or out, it's not in too much.
It scrolls, right? It scrolls out.
Yeah.
I love that. That's my favorite part about a neopixel lightsaber is how the blade scrolls in and out. I think that's, to me, more than anything else, what makes it seem the realest. You know, it really looks like what's happening in the movie, how it comes out of the hilt. That is so sweet.
Yeah.
And you could adjust like the speed of how fast it goes in and out.
Oh, I didn't know you could do that. Because I have the V3, I didn't know how to.
It looks great the way it is, though. I love it.
Yeah.
I love the flashes and the clashes and the cutting the door and the blasters because they all look like, yeah. See how like the blade changes color when you hit it? Like all those LEDs inside the blade can do like any color, like millions of colors. So you could set it up to just do like whatever you wanted. And when you do those flashes there, I don't know if you could tell, Melissa, but we could see it that it's like turning purple or white, you know, for a second. Yeah, everything turns purple for a second because of that. That's cool.
That's pretty cool. And the coolest part is, you know, I can go through different fonts if I want to, but I prefer the Kanan one because he's my blinded idol, pretty much.
Plus, his is probably connected to that green blade. If you switch the font, you might get a different color.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's
This
a mean
one?
font. Wow, that's loud.
Yeah.
That's a mean font.
And I can really hear.
Yeah, all the movement.
It's pretty cool.
That's snarling. That's great. That's really cool looking. All right, well, I think we're gonna have to wrap this up because we're over an hour and I have to get back to work. But Melissa, that was so much fun. I'm so glad you got to tell the story of how you got this. Thank you to everybody that was involved in bringing this to life for Melissa, especially Scarecrow and Megtooth and everybody on the Rebel Armory that contributed. I'm sure Melissa is super, super stoked. We could see her excitement. And you're going to be playing with this for a long time to come. This is a family heirloom for you now. This is really, really nice, Melissa. Congratulations on this one.
Thank you so much, Space.
I'm so glad you got it. And, you know, it's time to pick up your Star Wars lightsaber.
Put on your Star Wars lightsabers or join me. Go! I got it! Me too! Zap, zap, zap!
We could ignite our lightsaber and we will roll on out of here. Don't forget to check out Melissa's channel, Melissa's World. Check out the Rebel Armory. If you're into lightsaber forums, you could look at the Custom Saber Shop forums and FX Sabers. And yeah, thanks for joining us today. We had a really awesome time. I'm so glad to get to talk to one-on-one with Melissa about this. And the day has come when she has her lightsaber. It is home. It is home. The Force is with Melissa as it's always been. And she's only going to become more powerful as time goes by. What kind of blade is in there? TK Boomer Fun says, what kind of blade is it? It's a neopixel blade, so it does like the one I'm using. Melissa can do like any color she wants out of her lightsaber. It could be blue, red, any one of millions of colors. That's how cool lightsaber neopixel stuff is these days. But yeah, thank you, Bombarda. Talk to you guys on the next stream. Awesome. All right, we're gonna roll out of here and have a great day, everybody. Have a really good day. This has been Melissa's lightsaber story. We'll talk to you next time.
Your skills. Now that's a true story.